What's up, guys? So in this leadership podcast, I just want to talk to you for just a moment about showing up mentally. How we show up, I believe, matters more than what we realize to our students. See, if we come in distracted or we get distracted easily, they're gonna get distracted. If we come in worried about our own problems, because maybe we just got off work and something had happened, or we're tired, or we just got in a fight at the house with someone, right? It's gonna be hard for us to focus on the needs of the students. I know that life happens, but one way that we can get a win as leaders is to show up mentally for the students. So what does that mean? Take some time before you serve and do your ministry role to just take that time to reframe your perspective, refocus in where your attitudes are, where your thinking is, where your heart's at, so that it's not lining up with your own needs, but refocusing it, reframing it to how can I serve the student. I don't want you guys to show up thinking that you have it all together, but at the same time, it's not about you, it's about the student. 3 things that I use to help me personally to show up mentally, and these are just 3 tips that I want to give you guys real fast, is pursue Jesus personally, right? We can't lead students closer to God if we're not growing close to God on a day-to-day basis. The second thing I use to help me is engage with the content that is given, right? So if you're in kids ministry, I give out a sheet of paper that has everything that's on it, right? If you're in youth ministry, you get on the messenger group. Just go through that and read through how can I personalize this instead of just showing up and seeming like you're not there because you're just reading off the piece of paper, or you just showed up and you didn't take the time prior to read it, so now you're focusing on that paper trying to catch up while things are happening in front of you that you missed because you weren't prepared. So just engage with content prior. And the third thing is check your baggage at the door. See, whenever you're doing ministry with the students, and if you're doing it in the small groups, what we call squads, or just one-on-one, that isn't your life group. That isn't your prayer group. Because a lot of times we go to life groups or we ask for prayer for certain things because we need something. Remember, we want to help the students, right? We're showing up to help them, and how can we pray for you, right? So those are just 3 tips that I use: is pursue Jesus personally, engage with the content prior, and check my baggage at the door. And that's what I use to help rearrange or change my perspective and realign it, taking off of my needs and putting it on how can I serve them as the students. So don't forget, how you show up matters.